Hey, what is going on, guys? It's LittleBigness here, and I am here to bring you our team builder for UPA Season 6, Week 1. We're going up against Survive 9, the coach of the Dallas Staryus, and you can see his team right below me, right, there, yeah, right there. He's got Jirachi, Florges, Delmise, Greninja, Blaziken. By the way, Greninja is Torrent and Blaziken is Blaze. He's got Kangaskhan, Aerodactyl, Hydreigon, Slowbro, Golbat, Swampert, and Dunsparce. His Z-Crystal users are Jirachi and Kangaskhan, so you got to keep that into account when you're prepping for this team. Z-Crystals I don't think will be too much of an issue this week, according to what I looked at least, but I'm always wrong, so who knows? But anyway, we're going to get right into the team right here, right now. What I noticed was that I could probably beat him with my offense. He's got a really slow team, Survive does. And it's really the bulk that I'm worried about breaking through. He's got some threatening wall breakers, though. Like, Jirachi is threatening because of its versatility. Hydreigon, it just pairs well with Jirachi. And that's the really threatening wall breaker that I have to go up against. I don't really like going against Hydreigon at all. Greninja is a pretty big threat because of the speed and the fact that it can hit a lot of things hard with its coverage, and also the Water Shuriken isn't that nice. Mega Aerodactyl is a pretty threatening offensive Pokemon, so he's got a lot of offensive threats right there, but it's a lot of the defense that I think I'm going to have to be able to break through, and I've got the coverage to be able to break through them with a lot of my Pokemon. He's going to struggle to play defensively, but I should be fine. I think he'll think he can be defensive against me, but he won't be able to, just because of the things I've looked at. But we're going to get right into the team right here, and I'll explain a bit more of my thought process. So first things first, we've got Tapu Koko, and Tapu Koko is a monster. I'm bringing the Electrium Z this week. It's one of my two Z Pokemon, the other being Terrakion. And I really like the Electrium Z special set on Tapu Koko this week. I've got enough speed to outspeed a timid Greninja, or a Jolly one, whichever one he runs. Hasty, Naive, whatever it is. I can't speed Mega Aerodactyl, but other than that, I outspeed everything that's not a Scarfer on his team. And I have really good coverage against him. With the Electrium Z, what it allows me to do, if I can click Gigavolt Havoc against a Spadef Jirachi, or a standard Florges, then I'll be able to 2-hit KO them, which is very important. So that basically means the only real switch into Tapu Koko is Delmise. I don't think he'll want to switch in his Delmise on the Tapu Koko. So that's a pretty big deal, and this thing just runs through his team. We've got the Grass Knot for the Swampert. I believe it does about 85% roughly. So it does a lot of damage, and it should be able to make the Swampert not really be a switch into this. So really happy about the Tapu Koko set this week. Next thing, we've got Larry, our Crawdont, and Crawdont is a monster against this team too. Basically, his only switch into Crawdont is the Hydreigon, so I'm running a bit of tech this week on my Crawdont. You see I've got Natural Gift right there with a Key Berry, and you're probably like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm predicting the Hydreigon switch in. I'm going for Natural Gift with the Key Berry to knock it out. Or, I think it knocks out after Rocks, it doesn't knock out. But, yeah, that's a Fairy type move on Crawdont. And I could have gone with a Fighting type move like Brick Break or Superpower, but I really didn't see that being the best go. I thought Natural Gift Key Berry was the best way to do this, because I'm pretty sure a defensive Hydreigon still doesn't get 2-hit KO'd by Brick Break or Superpower. I believe that's what it was, but yeah, I had to go with the Key Berry this week. It's going to be fun to use. But other than that, nothing switches in. Adamant Crawdont just runs over his team. Next Pokemon we've got is Terrakion, and Terrakion, you are a threat against this team as well. I'm running the Choice Scarf variant because I need something to outspeed Mega Aerodactyl and Greninja. The Water Shuriken still is a threat to this Terrakion. I'm really hoping he doesn't bring Water Shuriken on that Greninja. You never know, though. But his only real switch into Terrakion is Slowbro, and I took that into account, and I was like, holy crap, I can just get some good doubles into Tapu Koko, or potentially Crawdont, and I can do a lot of damage. Tapu Koko is my preferred one in that situation, because I can just Volt Switch out and just keep on gaining momentum against him. But the Scarf set, this outspeeds Scarf Jirachi, and it hits so many things hard. I think it 2-hit KOs most of his team, which is really nice. I've got the Poison Jab there in case I want to hit the Florges, and I'm expecting him to run Babiri Berry instead of What's the other berry that takes poison type hits? I don't know it. And then I got the Earthquake there just in case I want to hit the Blaziken and the Jirachi. Say those are the last two things left. Then I can hit both of them. That's kind of what I was thinking with that. Next, we have Sandy, our Tornadus. And by the way, I changed my Terrakion nickname to Mr. Ed. But yeah, we got Sandy, our Tornadus. And it's a Life Orb Modest set, which is really interesting. I've got enough speed to outspeed a speed creep on Arcanine. So, since Jirachi will probably be speed creeping Arcanine, I can outspeed the Jirachi, which is really good. Unless he goes max speed Jolly or Timid, which I really doubt will happen. So again, I only really don't outspeed max speed Hydreigon, which I'm not expecting either. That'll probably just speed creep Arcanine. Or, what was it? Greninja and Aerodactyl. So then I'm just going to be hitting things super hard. This coverage hits everything super hard. And this was supposed to be Heat Wave, actually. I meant to change that, so there we go. I can always import that into the calculator. But yeah, we've got Heat Wave, Hurricane, Sludge Wave, and Grass Knot. This thing, I believe, does 2-hit KO his entire team. Hurricane into any coverage move, I believe, will 2-hit KO everything on his team, which is pretty insane. Unless it's like a Kangaskhan there where I just go Hurricane, Hurricane. So I'm going to have to rely on hitting Hurricanes to really make Tornadus successful. This thing breaks through his team. Like, you look at Jirachi, bam, Hurricane to Heat Wave, it's down. Even a Spadef set, I believe, goes down. If not, I can go Heat Wave, Heat Wave. Florges, Sludge Wave. Delmise, Heat Wave. I originally had Dark Pulse, but Heat Wave is actually the better way to go. Because it'll be able to 2-hit KO both Jirachi and Delmise. Greninja, Hurricane, Blaziken, Hurricane, Kangaskhan, Hurricane, Aerodactyl is a bit of a threat to this set, actually, but I should be fine against the Aerodactyl. Hydreigon, you get hit by Hurricane. It's just insane. Flying Spam does really well against Survive's team, so I saw it as a good opportunity to do it. Slowbro, Hurricane into Grass Knot. Swampert, Hurricane into Grass Knot. Golbat, if it's Spadef, could be a threat too, but I believe I 2-hit KO with Hurricane after Rocks, so it's a really good set to bring this week. Next, we have Gligar, and I nicknamed Gligar Peekaboo because I actually haven't uploaded my draft analysis by the time I have recorded this video, so I don't have any recommendations for Gligar. But I went with Peekaboo because it kind of looked at Peekaboo! Yeah. I've got immunity in case he wants to run a surprise Toxic on something. Earthquake, U-turn, Stealth Rock, Roost. Earthquake will be able to hit the Jirachi, and Jirachi cannot set up a sub against this thing. Unless I believe it's Shukaberry. I highly doubt that. And Gligar actually does a pretty good job of switching into a lot of things. It's my main switch into Mega Aerodactyl. I get 3-hit KO'd by Aqua Tail, so this thing doesn't even have a coverage move for that. Or, you know, Mega Aerodactyl doesn't really have a good coverage move for Gligar. It could run Ice Fang, I believe, and I'll probably have to check for that. Now that I think about it, I think it gets Ice Fang, which could be a bit threatening. But I believe I still get 2-hit KO'd by Ice Fang, so that's good to know. But yeah, Gligar, it was my best response to Mega Aerodactyl at the end of the day. It does pretty well against Jirachi, unless and it also does well against Blaziken. Those could have HP Ice, but if they do, then I have a lot of Spadef investment there, so I don't get... I think I don't take too much from an HP Ice. I still take quite a bit, but should be able to live it from certain ranges. Then it's my rocker for the week. Roost will be able to get the reliable recovery, and U-turn helps me get a lot of momentum. So then next, finally, we have Zoe, our Mantine. And Mantine, this is my main check to Greninja and Hydreigon. Hydreigon still doesn't do that well against Gligar, but I really want to make sure I had multiple switch-ins for that. Also, this thing does well against things like Florges, but mainly Greninja there. Even if this thing runs HP Electric, it's not doing too much to this. Scald, Toxic, Defog, Roost, Defog to get the rocks away because I needed U-turn on the Gligar. That's really what I found. And also immunity is pretty nice to have on it. That way I can go up against a Golbat a bit better. In case I need to get some momentum, you know. Go into Gligar on the Golbat, and then he'll probably stay in and just keep on like Super Fanging, but I can just U-turn out, get into something that'll be able to do damage to it, like Tapu Koko or Terrakion. But then Scald, Toxic, Defog, Roost. I can Toxic a lot of stuff on his team. I'm not even predicting Golbat, honestly. I think that has a really bad matchup against Tapu Koko and Terrakion, which is a big part of my offensive core. So, I'll be able to toxic a lot, whether it's forges, anything like that. I don't really have coverage for Delmise, which I'm kind of sad about, but I needed the defog. Yeah, it should be able to... Its main purpose is just for Greninja and Hydreigon at the end of the day. If an offensive Slowbro wants to come, I can wall that too. And also this thing 1v1 Swampert any day, which is kind of cool. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this team builder. I'm going to start doing team builders when it comes to the UPA. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm trying to keep these short. I know I kind of rambled for a little bit once I got to Gligar. You know, sometimes I get that way. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys hopefully in the battle. If not, I'll see you another time. Peace.